evening is sponsored by Tranquility Construction. It is in the featherweight division and scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing your first fighter, fighting out of the My Golf Vacation blue corner. He weighed in at 142.2 pounds. He is making his amateur mixed martial arts debut right here tonight. He's representing Guardian Murfreesboro out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Trent Bragg. And his opponent, fighting out of the Southern Roots Mortgage Brokers red corner. He weighed in at 145.4 pounds. He is also making his mixed martial arts amateur debut right here in his hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. He represents Nashville, MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nolan the Savage Hernandez.
Deafening volume levels here for our first undercard bout of the evening. Man, this night is building in intensity. We are underway. Luke Wilson will control the action.
Oh, and we got no handshake. We got no handshake, guys. There's no love lost here.
Well, after that last Nashville versus Murfreesboro fight, yeah, I don't think that they're looking to touch gloves here. Maybe they'll hug it out afterwards. There's always great sportsmanship in MMA, obviously. But until then, it's all business.
That's a great point.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, these guys, see, they're really calm, squaring the ring. You said something earlier about the corners they came out with. You're right. There's a lot of experience going into training these guys, and you can see how they're squaring each other up and filling each other out right now.
Yeah, and both guys are making their debuts, but look how measured this is, right? Whereas you look at our last fight, in fact, you look at all the fights we've had so far, they've been very quick first-round finishes, where it's very hectic, very chaotic. Everybody's just going for it. It's a free-for-all. But here you see them trying to set up their shots. And what I like about Hernandez, too, again, just an 0-0 fighter, but he's switching actively from orthodox to southpaw and trying to give Bragg different looks.
I agree, and Bragg looks to be trying to land that right hand. He's a powerhouse. You see he's short and compact, so you know there's some heat coming behind those hands.
We're 2 minutes down here in round one of our opening undercard bout here at Nashville Underground. Kind of a blatant takedown attempt there from Bragg. Hernandez dealt with it easily.
Yeah, so just 3-minute rounds, obviously, so we got still more than a round and a half left to go. But I think just what you're seeing from them early is that Hernandez is comfortable as a striker. Again, he's giving them different looks. He looks very confident, hands at a good distance, and he's working that jab as well. Bragg, he's comfortable with striking, but it's more so trying to club him with that overhand right, close the distance, get a hold of him. And I think ultimately he does want to take him down. He's short, he's stocky, he's compact, and if he can get on top, that's probably where he's going to do his best work. But at range here, he's going to be dealing with the length and the speed.
I agree, man, and Hernandez is really doing good at hitting that front leg with a kick, and I don't know how many more Bragg is going to be able to take of that before he's going to have to check one of them. His red is already weaponed up, and he's throwing the heat back, but his leg can't take too many more, though.
Monty, that's right. He's doing a great job of blocking punches, but yeah, the lower attacks are going to be there all day for Hernandez.
And then Hernandez not just throwing one at a time. That was almost an elbow, which would have been illegal, but you see how he keeps throwing twos. He's throwing twos. He's trying to throw the right hand, and then he'll bait with the hook. And that's causing Bragg to have to defend the first shot, and then the second shot slipping through the guard. So he'll touch the guard, and then he'll throw that second hand. Oh,
found the home throw the right hand. Good chin on Hernandez, though, just ate it.
And that was a good job from Bragg to slip off the center line and counter. Try to match him. When he throws, you throw. There it goes again.
I like that there from Bragg.
You know, Hernandez's footwork is tricky. You're right. He's switching stances is making it hard to really gauge which way he's going, and he's throwing off both sides.
And so far, Bragg's been kicking off the legs a little bit, but it's been mostly the overhand right. And you see him throw a pair of them there, and one of them causes him to kind of slip and fall off balance. So he's not quite getting the range yet.
Ducked under a high kick there, did Bragg, threw a right hand of his own. Very highly contested round one between the two.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know which way to call that one, man. That was really good exchanges. I think Bragg, that overhand right was the hardest shot, the most powerful shot of the round. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. The hardest shot of the round, the best punch of the round, definitely goes to Bragg. That overhand right landed pretty clean, and he had a few moments, but I would think that it's money in the bank. It's the volume of work. I mean, some things like the leg kick, it's not as flashy as the big shot to the head. However, it's paying dividends as the fight goes. Now you're demobilized. You're not moving as well. That footwork is gone. You're telegraphing having the overhand right because you don't have the ability to shuffle your feet and get closer to your opponent. So I feel like more so, the more overall damage was scored by Hernandez, who looked very clean, he looked very comfortable, and Bragg started to make him question himself a bit. But this is the beauty of debut fighters. This is the first time we've been to a second round tonight, but this is also the first time either of these guys have been to a second round as well, so it's all a new learning experience.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
We're all doing it together here. A lot of firsts on the Nashville underground, the undercard of the underground. There, a little double under action. It's been nothing but under so far. This fight saw one complete round, round 2 underway. Bragg in the blue, Hernandez in the red.
Yeah, and Trent Bragg, to end the first round, he was actively shooting in on the hits up against the cage, trying to get it to the ground. And he does have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, so one would think if he can get it there, he can start to turn the tide of the fight.
And I agree. Hernandez I just noticed, I think there's a little bit of damage to Bragg's eye. He's kind of squinting a little bit. I think a couple of those front jabs early, those volume punches that Hernandez was throwing might have caught a little bit of his face. And Hernandez keeps switching his stance, getting off the center line, trying to break his guard down.
I didn't expect that out of him. Shorter man, not much of a striker maybe, but head kick. And this is where he's going to go to his bread and butter and be most comfortable. Trying to suck at that leg. He's in. He's close on this.
Oh! Nice
wow,
reverse.
great scramble. What a scramble.
What a scramble. What a scramble. That's high-level wrestling.
And this is where Bragg wanted it. This is where he wants to fight.
This is where Bragg wants to fight. Hernandez has got to get his shoulders to the mat, and Bragg has got a really good, he's using his leg to prop up so he can't escape.
Yeah, and MMA is a series of moments, and you see Hernandez reverse, look like an excellent move, ends up on top, and then Bragg rolls through, and now he's got the back. And what we see from Matt Carey in the last fight, these Murfreesboro guys, they like the back. This is their position, and you're getting a lot of similar feelings from the last fight. Striking maybe not going for you. Let's take it to the ground and see what we can do there.
And they've got a 3-time world champion jiu-jitsu coach in Chad Harding. That guy is a well-known, battle-tested guy. And, oh, wow, what a scramble. What a scramble.
You hear the crowd erupt. They want the hometown fighter.
Yeah, and that's a huge moment. That's a huge moment for, if you got your opponent on your back, you just saw your teammate get rear naked choked by a guy from the same gym, but you survived the position, and that builds the confidence. Now you know, maybe I do get taken down. Maybe I do get put in a bad spot, but I can survive and I can come back. And now he needs to get back to his striking and let the judges know that he can still take the second round.
Yeah, Hernandez really looking a little bit refreshed, but more power offense from Bragg as he's got him pinned up against the cage.
Bragg looks like he's emptying the clip a little bit, though. You see he's a lot more flat-footed, stationary. Yes. He threw 4 big punches, but that's taxing. The takedown's taxing. And now he needs to fight that distance and that range. And Featherweight could just move a little bit. He's going to find his mark.
He's going to find his mark. And I'll tell you something, dude. This thing makes it to the 3rd round. It's going to be a grind.
It will be a grind, but very impressive from Hernandez. His cardio looks on point. I mean, Monty, maybe my eyes are fooling me, but it doesn't even really look he's broken much of a sweat so far.
He's not slowed down a bit. He's moving exactly like he was moving early in the 1st round. And Bragg has actually slowed down a bit. But I'll give Bragg credit. The guy is throwing, and he's still throwing with power and reckless abandon.
And because Hernandez is very efficient, he doesn't burn a whole lot of energy, so he can pace himself over the course of 3 rounds. But Bragg has been very much go, 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 very kinetic, very, very strong, hard nose. And kudos for him to now go into a 3rd round. We got an interesting one ahead.
Round 1 was very tight. You saw Bragg get exactly where he wanted to be in round 2. Hernandez escaped, and he just continues to play the volume game. He's just, in my estimate, out-voluming Bragg on the feet right now. So it's going to be it's going to be big for Bragg to secure a takedown, pin him up against the cage, maybe find a home for one of those big power shots. Near the end of round 2, Bragg did invest with a very heavy body shot. I think he'd be well served to, put a couple jabs together, go to the body before shooting a takedown. Really, both fighters have an opportunity here. The fight is in front of both of them.
Yeah, they got everything to fight for. I mean, I got this fight 1-1. I thought that Hernandez did better work in the 1st round, landing combinations, putting up some volume. The 2nd round, Bragg landed a couple good right hands, but he also secured the takedown. He got back control. He did a little bit of work and looked at the rear naked choke. So, yes, one guy's a hometown guy, but the other guy's got a rowdy crowd here. He's in the same state of Tennessee. There's no real bias here. And this thing's 1-1, so who wants it more?
Absolutely. And the crowd is loving this right now. Oh, my goodness, they hit gloves. Now, that's a sign of good fighters right there, man.
It looks like a little respect has been earned between these two competitors.
And as well as it should be. They've both tested each other, and both guys are going to be far better fighters going forward after this because of the lessons that they've learned from each other.
And I think that Hernandez is going to want to keep this on the feet, maybe not throw high kicks, throw low kicks, and try to control the round with volume.
Oh, errant kick there. Groin strike. Hernandez going to take all the time he needs to recover.
Yeah, and this actually maybe favors Bragg because at the end of the second round, you can see he's using a lot of energy, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how he's going to win this fight. He's just got to pick and choose when he uses it. Using those singular overhand rights, they're not landing, and they're still costing you to get a little bit exhausted. If you can wait and chain together 2 or 3 at a time, like he was doing in the second round, push it back against the cage, try to land something, and then force that takedown. A takedown here in the third round with a little bit of top control steals it, and it could very likely get him a decision win. So 2.5 minutes, but one moment like that could change everything for him. He knows it, his coaches know it, we know it. It's up to him to now go and actually apply that.
That little recovery period there that Hernandez needed off the low blow. I think you're 100% right, Cody. It might be just what Bragg needed here.
He's caught a bit of a second wind. It's not like he's curled over. I mean, he's there. But when he's not pressing forward and he's fighting at range, that's when he's going to get picked up. This is what he needs to do. Make it a brawl. Make it dirty.
And Hernandez has got to stay outside and be careful in the brawl exchange. I agree with you.
And currently our timer is just frozen, sorry, for whatever reason, expectation, but there's less than 2 minutes in this fight, so it's who wants it more. The bag is in front of both men. It's who's willing to take that step forward and seize it.
Bragg here throwing some power kicks. Nice straight right down the pipe.
Oh, nice exchange. Nice exchange. Nice exchange. Again, this is good footwork. I'll tell you what, this doesn't look like an amateur debut.
No, not at all for both fighters. That's a great point, Monty.
I mean, the cage defense, both of these guys, this is a bout, man.
Bragg's in on a single leg now.
And Bragg's doing the right things. You saw just a moment ago, he was fighting in the pocket. He has a lot better success when he's boxing inside the pocket. It's when he's at distance he's having trouble. To get inside, use those combinations to box him, and then get this takedown. Drive him into the cage.
And Hernandez is doing a really good job of controlling the leg, where the leg movement is. He's not letting him get his leg around for the trip. He's these guys are well trained for a debut event. He's got his leg around for the trip. And Hernandez, again, he's defending it. He's keeping his leg to the outside.
Hernandez racking up some damage, and man, his balance is really such an attribute here.
Yeah, and this is big for Hernandez, is land stuff up against the cage. Don't let the judges just think your opponent's being the aggressor. Land those short shots. It doesn't look like much, but you're active, and he's landing stuff.
Right now, Bragg's got to knock him out or get him to the ground. Right now, I think Hernandez is above in this round, but Bragg is going for him. Here we go.
Good chance here for Bragg.
Damage is a big criteria as well, and we see a small cut is opened over the right eye of Bragg.
Hernandez is doing really well at defending, man. We got 20 seconds. The crowd.
On the ground,
What a fight.
Really good action here. Really good action here to open the undercard of the underground.
to objective scorecard.
Man, I am thoroughly impressed with that as an amateur debut.
And what a stage to have an amateur debut. You know, obviously we love all the places that we go, but the underground is really a next level intensity. And both of these guys just came through the fire. We're going to have an official decision here in moments. Each fighter had great moments throughout this contest. Bragg with some big-time power shots, was able to secure 2 takedowns, came out on top in a pretty wild scramble. Hernandez really, though, the pitter-patter at first in the early rounds, and then he started to really style on him in round 3 with some really nice combinations. Love to see the fight statistics. I would definitely edge Hernandez up on strikes and control time in favor of Bragg.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see a 30-27 Hernandez, but I feel like it's a 29-28. I feel like Bragg did enough to give an excellent account of himself, and he fought the whole way through. He's tested Hernandez, and as I mentioned, win or lose, both guys have learned a lot from that. Bragg knows that he can fight the faster fighter, the more agile guy, and make it a war. And for Hernandez, he knows he can face that adversity, get taken down, get back up, give up your back, make him work. And that little cut at the end of the fight on the left eye, seeing the blood. This is the first amateur fight, you know? He's never experienced that, really. And cool moment for him from the home crowd, but we'll see how the judges got it.
couple of nervous moments for both of these fighters in their debut. Scorecards being tabulated. Monty, you know, we were talking about the high level in 2 debuts. Man, putting that high a level of skill on tape for future opponents, you know, that's invaluable as well, because that, you know, whether it's with Aries Fight Series, anywhere else that you might want to go, obviously we'd love to see you back in the Aries cage before anywhere else, but there's going to be some opportunities when you're showing that level of skill as an amateur.
Man, I agree. Both of these guys made a name for themselves tonight. You know, they very well trained. They both had game plans. They kind of stuck in their world. Bragg really wanted to get the fight to the cage, get it to the ground. Hernandez just had a little bit more movement, a little bit more in the tank. And I actually see this going as 2-1 Hernandez, but let's see how the referee scored this fight. This might give us an idea where we're going forward.
Yeah, you've heard the commentator's thoughts, but the only man that matters is Jeff Hobbs, and he's going to give us the result right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for both of these gentlemen. This bout went to a judge's scorecard. Judge 1 scores this bout 29-28, Bragg. Judge 2 scores this bout 29-28, Hernandez. And Judge 3 scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision,